What is up, everyone? It is, I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think it's Wednesday because it's weird. I'm off tomorrow because it's a holiday, but I'm back to work Friday. Then I got the weekend. It's throwing me off a little bit here. So what we're going to do today, we're going to continue the 1989 replay. This is week 4. It's a game between the Washington Redskins and the New Orleans Saints. I think I may have said in the last football video I did that I was going to play 49ers Rams next, but I opened up Pro Football Helper, took a look at the schedule, and this one was next. So I just picked it. I even got all dressed up in my Los Angeles Rams gear, but then by gear I mean $20 t-shirt. And then this one came up. So we're gonna play this one. I think this is gonna be a fun one. Washington has a pretty damn good team. You can see here they got a 40 on offense with Gerald Riggs and Ernest Biner are their running backs. That's pretty good. Rippon is a 4 as their quarterback, and Jim Lachey is a 5 as their left tackle. They got 4 guys that are A receivers, so there's a lot of good players here. We're gonna have 4 different guys run the ball, mostly Gerald Riggs and Ernest Biner, and they're a 40 on offense. And the Saints are 37, so not bad. But they got Dalton Hilliard as a 4. Ironhead Hayward is a starting fullback as a 2. That kind of hurts a little bit. And Bobby Hebert is going to be the quarterback for. For the Saints, they have 3 A receivers: Eric Martin, Lonzel Hill, and Dalton Hilliard as a short pass guy. So this ought to be fun. Got Dalton Hilliard, Ironhead Hayward, Buford Jordan, and Paul Frazier running the ball. So, and then they got those linebackers: Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson, Pat Swilly, and Ricky Jackson. I mean, that is a great set of linebackers there in that 3-4 defense. So let us get started here. I got 5 games left in the 1989 season that I'm going to be all over the place for a while. I have all those different seasons: 58, 65, 72, 80, and now 2012. I'm going to play some games from all those seasons because I enjoy them, and it's a nice break to get away from 89 every now and then. So that's the plan. That's the plan going forward. And plus, I got my other games. I got my play Red, White, and Blue Racing game, and I got the play History Maker Golf game, which I absolutely love right now. It's so much fun. I got all kinds of fun things planned going forward for it in terms of my big, long season that I'm going to do. So stay tuned. Subscribe. I hit 50 subscribers. Yay. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, subscribe for me. Let's see those numbers go up. It's a nice hit, a nice boost to the ego, which I don't really have. So it's a nice boost to the ego if people are subscribing to me. So let's go ahead and get started. Got all the dice over here. And maybe I'll do a how I play for the first part of this. Maybe I'll play 1 quarter and I'll do the how I play. So it'll be a little bit of a slower pace here than normal. And first thing I do, I have my sheets. I have my sheets that has all my locators. I have all my receiver locators. You can see the dice rolls over on the right side. You can see I got my running back locators. And I have my interceptions and my sacks locators. And then I got my offense and my defense all spelled out here. I have that for both teams. The A receivers are highlighted in yellow, so I can easily pick them out. I don't like to call plays. I let the game do it. Although I was listening to the Digital Dice podcast yesterday. They were talking about one of the games that they have where if you roll a certain thing, it says choice. I think it's that Bang Shot Basketball. I think that's what it was because I know that Dave's been playing that. And I think what I might do, something a little bit different here. You know what? I'll talk about it when I get to my play calls. Let's go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to roll. We got New Orleans kicking off using Pro Football Helper. If it wasn't Pro Football Helper, I don't think I could play this game as much as I do because I love stats and this thing makes it so easy. So let's go ahead and get started here. Kicking off for the Saints is Morton Anderson, the ever reliable Morton Anderson. He gets a 56. That's going to be a 4. I got a book over here, my old book I use for kickoffs and turnovers. So we look at 4. It's a 67.09. So we're going to go 67 yards. That'll be 2 yards deep into the end zone. So Morton Anderson, and the receiver I got in front of me here. So what I do is I put the cards out in front of me that matter the most. Quarterback, all the running backs who run the ball, an OA, a TA, an OB, and a TB. Between these two, that works. For the Saints, he's an OA TA, he's an OB, and I got my TB down here. So I got my backup punt returner, kick returner if I need it. And then I have my kickers, my kicker, my punter, my kicker, my punter. Kind of how I do it. I kind of got to the point now where I do it the same every time. My kicker's always here. My kick returner's always here. Punter, punt returner, kicker, kick returner, punter, punt returner. Although in this case, he's both, so he'll be both. All right, so I'm going to call a play. Now I use the purple die, the 20-sided die, to call a play. In 1989, I do a 50-50 split, 50% runs, 50% passes. In previous seasons where it seemed to be a bigger split than normal, I might do 60% runs and 40% passes on the dice, or maybe the other way around. I check the team, and depending on the team, that's what I do. So in this case, 1 through 10 are your run plays. So 1 through 5 is an inside run, 6 through 10 is an outside run. 11 to 17 will be a short pass. 18, 19 will be a medium pass, and 20 will be a long pass. And I've decided, what I was talking about earlier, that choice thing, that if 20 comes up, I'll do a long pass. I usually do, but I don't want to do too many of them. So at some point, I'm going to veto the long pass if it comes up more than once on the same drive, or if a team is, up 25-0, there's no reason for a long pass. I might veto it there. And I'm going to call choice, which means I get to call the play. Why not? Something a little different, because I don't call plays. So maybe that'll give me the ability to call a play every now and then. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to call my first play, or let the dice do it. So there's your 20 right off the bat. That's hilarious. Okay, so Washington is going to go long pass. I got my other book over here. This is my newer book, and I keep it. I use 2 books just because it's easier. I don't have to worry about switching every time there's a kick or a penalty, or not a kick or a turnover, whatever. I just use this one. So I flipped to the long pass, 49-15. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to roll these 4 dice. Blue and orange, green and black. And we're going to do the same thing every time once we roll them. We're going to go from left to right. We're going to go black and orange, and then blue and green. So since Washington is on offense, that's going to call the ball, the receiver, the targeted receiver, or ball carrier if it's a running play. But in this case, it's the receiver. So 54. I look at my receiver chart, and I see Ernest Biner has a 54. And he's a B on long passes, so it'll be a B defense. 52 is going to be your defense. I got my defensive card. New Orleans is a -4. And Washington is going to be an even, because I can't find my -1 card. It's mixed into one of those packs behind me, and I got about 100 back there. I'm not going to go through them. It'll come up eventually. So I look at my -4 defensive card for a 52, and I see a CG. And because Ernest Biner's a B, we just leave it right at CG. I'll take my little blue tab, and I have tabs on every page like this. So I just take it and I put it where it goes, because I have goldfish memory. That way when I turn my head this way, I don't forget where it was. So we know it's going to be Mark Rippon and Ernest Biner. We're going to use CG. And we get a 64. 64 is a 9. 9 is incomplete. And there you go. Oh, I never returned the kick. All right, we'll call it a touchback. My bad. I got ahead of myself there. So let's call it a touchback. Kick return, 0. Boom. And then we'll go. First play was a long pass. Rippon looking for Ernest Biner. Down the middle of the field. Overthrew him. Make it 2nd and 10. So now I won't do a long pass anytime soon for the Redskins. I'll do my choice if it comes up. I'll do what I want to do. So something different. All right, so 2nd and 10. I'm going to leave it. I call that a standard offense when it's 50-50 like that. And we're see, look at that. We got a 20. So back-to-back 20s right off the bat. That's weird, actually. I'm going to call an outside run to Ernest Biner. So, and if you're wondering why I don't call plays, it's because I'm biased and I don't trust myself to be fair towards a team I don't like. And that's pretty much what it is. And I want to make sure I'm as unbiased as possible in this thing. As a Cleveland Browns fan, the only way I ever really get to see my team win anything is in this game. I would probably be super biased toward them and not even realize I was doing it. So I just let the dice do it. But in this case, outside run to Ernest Biner. I'll take my History Maker Golf, put it right there, and outside run. So we got to roll our dice. And a 12. Well, a 12 would have been Gerald Riggs, but again, I'm overriding. I'm calling Ernest Biner this time. And a 13 on your defense is a BS. So I'll move my tab. And now we're going to go outside run Biner. 34, and 34 is surely a penalty. We get 4 yards and a TE, a penalty. Roll the penalties, and as you can see, I have penalties up here on the wall, so that way I don't have to flip to the book. It's all just right here. I typed it out manually, just everything out, put it up on the wall. I have fumble, kick returns, and interception returns on there also, so I'm not going to worry about flipping pages in books. The 26 is a 7, and 7 is a holding. And I know that because it gets called all the time. So we're going to have a holding penalty on the Redskins, and the Saints will take it. It's going to make it 2nd and 20. So on 2nd and 20, I'm going to do what I call short pass heavy. Short pass heavy on the dice now means 1 through 15 is a short pass, 16, 17, 18, 19 is medium, 20 is long, and in this case, there'll be a choice because I'm not going to do another long pass. And it's going to be a 3, so it'll be a short pass. All right, let's roll some dice. All right, so we get a 23. We can look at the book and see 23 is Gary Clark. Or we can look at the sheet. Gary Clark is an A. Our defense is a 45. 45 is a BS. And because Gary Clark is an A, I'm going to make it an AS. And we're going to go rip into Gary Clark on an AS. There we go. A 32. And you'll come to find quickly that small straights, 32, 23, 45, 54, those aren't good rolls. Those aren't good. So this is not going to be a good roll, whatever it is. It's a 22. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. 22 is a good interception number, but not on an A. Wait, are we on A? Yeah, not on an A. In fact, if we would have stayed on B, yeah, it's incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down and 20 for the Redskins, who have a pretty good offense, but so far it's been pretty terrible. Rock Rippin is 0 for 2. So now I'm going to go medium pass heavy on my dice. Medium pass heavy means 1 through 8 is a short pass, and 9 through 19 is a medium pass, and 20 is a long pass. And if you're wondering why I still have a short pass on there instead of just saying I'm just going to call a medium pass because it's 3rd and 20, and my answer to that is, how many times have you been watching your favorite team play, and it's 3rd and 26, and they throw it 6 yards? So that's kind of how I do that. So that's why I go 1 through 8 is a short pass, 9 to 19 is medium, 20 is long. And it's a 12. That'll be a short pass. No, I'm sorry. That'll be a medium pass. 1 through 8 was short, 9 to 19 was medium, and 20 is long. Oh, look at that. 66 pop-up. So 66 is going to be our fullback, Gerald Riggs. Now, Gerald Riggs wouldn't normally go out for a medium pass. So what I like to pretend happened here is that he couldn't find anybody open. He just dumps it off to the running back. And if I get like a 25 yards, it means that Riggs actually caught the ball and was able to get 25 yards. That's how I do that. Defense is a BS. Riggs is a C, so we'll make it a CS. All right, so rip into Riggs. It's a 15. That'll be complete, and that is a good gain. Oh, it's 9 yards. Oh, wait, medium pass. Sorry. CS. And it's going to be 26 yards. I was close. So Rippin is going to hit Gerald Riggs, over on the flat. It's his outlet guy, and Riggs is able to wiggle his way. I don't know if Gerald Riggs ever wiggled, but for 26 yards, and that's going to be a 1st down Redskins, 1st and 10 now up to the 36. And we'll go back to what I call the standard offense, which is my 50-50 split. In this case, it's a 19. 19 is medium pass. So Rippin, feeling good about his last play. He wants to do it again. So 32. This time it's going to be Gary Clark. Gary Clark is an A. 45 is a BS. We'll make it an AS. So Rippin's going to look for Gary Clark. 61. 61 is not a great number, but in this case, it's just incomplete. So that's how you can tell when a quarterback has a good card. If you look at some of those off numbers, like 64 and what are some of the other ones here? 22. Some of those are good numbers. 64, 42 is a good one. That's a 9, so that'll be complete a lot. This is how you know you got a good quarterback. 53 is a 10. This is how you know. And 61 being a 12 is pretty amazing. So that's how you know you got a good quarterback. And he's a 4, so he ought to be a good quarterback. In this case, though, it's incomplete. And Mark Rippin's going to start this game 1 out of 4. And he's 0 for 2 thrown to Gary Clark. Make it 2nd and 10. And we have a 3, so that's going to be an inside run. All right, we're going to the running back column now. Again, 55. You can see on the sheet, 55 is going to be Jamie Morris, who is just a backup running back. And I don't really care too much about, situation. Oh, it's 3rd and goal at the 3 with 30 seconds left. They wouldn't hand it to Reggie Dupart. They'd give it to Gerald Riggs. Whatever the dice say is what I do, because in my opinion, that gives me the best percentage of what happened in real life. And I kind of like that. So that's kind of why I stick with this. So 55 is going to be Jamie Morris, who's down here, halfback 2. And your defense is a 42. That's a CS. So inside run to Jamie Morris. A 12. Again, small straights, bad. 26. He'll get one, though. He will get 1 yard in this one. Oops. And it is going to be 3rd and 9 now at the 37. We'll go short pass heavy on this play. And we're going to get a 5. That'll be a short pass. 56. 56 is going to be Don Warren. He's the starting tight end. He's a tight end 4. He's a pretty good player. I really forgot about him. I mean, they got Art Monk, Gary Clark, and Ricky Sanders. That's a great tandem. But then you got a good tight end here in Don Warren. ET3 is a C2. So he got some targets, even though he wasn't great. He got some targets. 14 is an AG. And since Warren is a C, we'll make it a BG. We're going to go ripping to Don Warren. 65. That'll be an 18. And that will be complete, but he will lose 2 yards. So they tried a little, you don't really try a tight end screen very often, but in here, Warren just kind of went out in the flat and got pummeled when he caught the ball. That's going to make it 4th down, so we're going to punt. Bring out Ralph Mosienko. 54, and we're going to have a penalty. 54 is, oh wait, maybe we won't. K column, yeah, 54 is a 36. And 36, what yard line? 35 yard line. It's 42 D10 TZ. So let's check the penalty first. I always like to check the penalty first in case it's a false start and the play never happened. I don't have to worry about doing the rest of it. So here. So TZ a 13. And that's going to be holding on the offense. So let's check the result. So that was 42 and D10. All right, so 42 takes it to the, what is that, 35 and 42 is 77. That's the 23-yard line. So that's the 23-yard line. It's going to be taken by D10. That's Rod Harris. Rod Harris for the Saints. Let's see what he does. A 53. That's an 11. And he'll get 9 yards on the return, giving them the ball, I believe, at the 32-yard line. So they're going to take the penalty here. Take the holding penalty, make him kick it again. See if they can get a better return. And we're going to bring out Mosienko again to do the punting. 15 this time. That's going to be a better punt. 6. Yeah, he'll boom it. 48 yards. D10. So punt. So it's going to be Mosienko this time for 48. And it'll be a D10. D10 is Rod Harris. Catches it this time is 27. So he's 4 yards closer. 50. Oh, no, another penalty. 54. So 54 for Harris is 36. And we get 3 yards TQ. So this penalty happens on the return, whatever it is. 26. And it's going to be clipping. And there's an asterisk by it. That's going to be on the, is that offense receives or defense receives? That is offense kick. So that's going to be on the Redskins. But there's an asterisk beside it. Now I didn't type all the asterisk stuff out. So let's go to the penalty chart and see what it says. Here it is. So the asterisk says on kickoff returns only. Okay, this is punt returns. All right, so they will take that return of 6 yards. When it comes to penalties, I tend to just do what I want. So, like, I may not get it right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give them the 6 yards, and we're going to add the 15 on the end. So punt return, he got 6. Oh, no, he got 5. So he got 5, and that was Rod Harris. So 15 seconds for change of possession. And then we'll just add the penalty on at the end. So 15 on the Redskins, their 3rd penalty of the game already. That's in clipping. And we'll go 15 yards. We'll go no first down in play because we don't want to make it 1st and 20. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered either way in this case. But that's okay. So 15, continue. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Saints now on their own 47 after that puzzle of a play. All right. So looking at the Saints again, we've got the 3A receivers and Eric Martin, Lonzo Hill, and Dalton Hilliard. You got other guys. Floyd Turner was a pretty good receiver. Hobie Brenner was a pretty good tight end. So you get some players there. Running backs, you got Dalton Hilliard, Ironhead Hayward, Buford Jordan, and Paul Frazier. And the Saints have one of my favorite players of all time, Jumpy Gathers, who played for the Falcons for a long time. Well, we all called him, me and my friends, we all called him Happy Gathers. I don't know why, we just did. So I'm hoping that he can make a play, even though his interception is an 11, and he doesn't have a sack rating. So he's probably not, you're not going to see him, I would assume. All right, let's start standard offense. And we'll get a 3. 3 is an inside run. All right, a 12. That'll be CD. 22 is Dalton Hilliard. So CD for Dalton Hilliard. And we get a 32. Man, these dice rolls are terrible so far. 32 is a 26. And he'll actually get 2 yards on that run. Wow, that's the second straight 26 that got me positive yardage. I'm surprised. All right. Second down and 8 now for the Saints. And we will go standard offense. It's going to be a 15. That'll be a short pass. Oh, 66. That defense is ready. That's a CD. But 23 will be Eric Martin. He's an A. And that'll make it a BD. Look at Eric Martin, EB4. But look at that. He's an A7. EB4. Good player. So that'll be BD. We're going to go A-Bear to Eric Martin. 26. 26 is a 16. And that'll be incomplete. And the passing has not been good yet for either team. In my last, 10 or so games, my scoring in this thing is higher than what happened in real life. I don't even know what happened in real life in this game. Let's see if we can figure it out. Let's see. We'll go 1989. Week 4. I have no idea who won this game in real life. I didn't even look to see who the quarterbacks were. I probably should have done that. All right, so in real life, where are we at? There it is. In real life, Washington won this game 16-14. Low scoring game. Let's see if I can beat it. Most of the points were 14-3. Wow, 14-3 Saints at halftime, and then Washington came back and won. So was it Ripon versus A-Bear? Yeah. So A-Bear 16-25-29, Ripon 15-22-16. So pretty average days for the quarterbacks. Really, nobody did anything here. Ernest Vine only had 2 carries. Riggs had 18 for 50. Hilliard 19 for 52. Nothing really spectacular here. Ricky Sanders 4 for 51. 5 for 94. Art Monk. Okay, that's something. But all right. Okay, here we go. 15 is a short pass. 66. Did I already do this? Yeah, I already did all this. Let's go. 3rd and 8. We're going to go short pass heavy. And we'll get an 11. 11 is a short pass. 64 for the defense. So you'll see that when I do this, I still put the dice in the same order, black and orange, blue and green. But now, because this team's on offense, these dice they're not determining defense anymore. They're determining who the ball carrier is or the targeted receiver is. And on this side now, they're going to determine the defense. So I always put the dice in the same order and just it changes depending on who has the ball. 44 is going to be Dalton Hilliard. And Dalton Hilliard, he's an A. He's an A/B, so he's an A on short passes. He's a B on medium and long. In this case, it's a short pass, so he's an A. 64 is a CS, so we'll make it a BS. And we're going to go A-Bear to Dalton Hilliard, the running back. 64, that's a 10. It'll be complete. It's 7 yards, and he'll be a yard short of the first down. And they're going to cross the 50, and I don't go for it very often in this game, but I think I'm going to go for it this time. So that's a 7. Now, they don't really go for it a lot back in 1989 either. So that's part of the reason I rarely do it. Let's roll for it. What the heck? 1 to 10. We'll make it 50-50. 1 to 10, I go for it. 11 to 20, I punt. It is a 1, so we'll go for it. And we'll call what I like to call a run heavy or a power offense. So on the dice, 1 through 12 is an inside run. 13, 14, 15, 16 is outside. And then 17, 18, 19, 20 is going to be like a short pass, little play action, roll the quarterback out, look for a receiver not very far down the field and try to get the first down. So this is my big player. I always say, bring out the fat guys. That's what we're doing here. Stacking the line. It's going to be an inside run. Got 2 tight ends in for the Saints. Big Ironhead Hayward. 23 is CD. 11 is Dalton Hilliard. So Hilliard against a CD. Not a good defense there. 26. It's a 24. And he'll get 1 yard. It's just enough for a first down. And the Saints keep the ball going here. Keep the drive alive. Make it 1st and 10 now at the Redskin 43. Back to standard offense. And that's going to be a 12. That'll be a short pass. All right, a 63 and a 41. 41 is Lonzel Hill. He's an A receiver. And 63 on the defense. So that's a BG. And Hill is an A. So there's Lonzel Hill right now. He's an A5. And since he's an A and they picked a BG, we're going to make it an AG. And an AG is always the defense you want to pass against because that A is for the offense and that G means ground. So the Washington's looking for a run here, and they're going to get surprised by a pass. It's a 52. 52 is a 27. 52 is almost always a quarterback scramble. And that's what Bobby Hebert is going to do. He got rushed. And he's going to try to get outside the pocket here. So we'll go to outside run. And our original defense was 63 was BG. So now he's doing it against a rushing defense. And here we go. Jim Everett. Bobby Hebert to run. 33. That's a 5. And he'll get 8 yards on the scramble. Great play by Bobby Hebert to get outside the pocket and run down the sideline and then run out of bounds. Probably the smartest thing. Oh, actually, he didn't run out of bounds. We'll just say he got tackled. And it's going to be 2nd and 2 on the 35. And now here I can call anything. We'll go standard offense here. And it's going to be an inside run. Still up to 35. Oh, a 66. It's going to be a CG defense. So they're waiting for that. 44. That'll be Dalton Hilliard against a CG. That's bad for the offense because that's a C offense and Washington's in a G. That's a ground. So they're expecting the run. Hilliard with a 56. Is that a 25? Yeah, 56, 25. 25 is always no gain. Check it on outside runs to make sure you didn't get out of bounds, but 25 is always 0. On returns and anything run-wise, fumble recovery, fumble returns, and all that stuff. Kick returns, even punt returns, I think it's 0. And maybe not on kick returns, but on passes, it's always an interception. In this case, it's a 0-yard gain by Dalton Hilliard. It's going to be 3rd and 2 now at the 35. And let's go big again. Let's go big. Bring out all the running backs. Whoops. And we're going to 14. That'll be an outside run. So we're going to fake the inside run and pitch it outside. And 25 is AG. 43 is Dalton Hilliard. Dalton Hilliard is actually, he's 11 to 53. So that is 23 dice rolls. So he's 23 of the 36 possible dice rolls. He's going to get a lot of carries. So outside run against an AG. A 66 for Dalton Hilliard. Holy cow. And if we look at Dalton Hilliard's card, you'll see he has the infamous K column right there. Come on. There you go. He's got the K column there at 66, which means I re-roll and I use the K column now to determine the actual result. The K column is usually reserved for running backs who have like breakaway speed. So every now and then they just break one. Now I never have a really good second roll when I do this, so I'm probably going to get like a 43, which will be like 9 yards or something. Oh, a 16. Yeah, it's a 16. So he'll get 12. So 12 yards on the game. That'll be a first down. So that was better than I thought. Although you hate seeing a 66 get 12 yards. All right. 1st and 10 now for the Saints down to the Redskin 23. And let's go standard. 15. That's a short pass. Gonna flip our board here to the 10 to the 30. That's a short pass. 33 on defense. Oh, the defense is waiting for it. It's a BD. 12 is going to be Eric Martin, so make it an AD since he's an A. So we're going to go A-Bear to Eric Martin. 41 is never a good number. 22, and it's incomplete. Almost picked off. Just off Darrell Green's fingertips on that for that interception, but it drops to the ground. That's going to be 2nd and 10 now on the Saints 23, or on the Redskins 23. And let's go short pass heavy here. Oh, a 20. So they haven't tried a long pass yet, but they're inside the 30. They can't. So we'll go medium pass. You can't do a long pass inside the 30-yard line. All right, a 21. Oh, it's going to be Eric Martin again. I can already tell that. A 21 is a BS. 16 is Eric Martin. Make it an AS. And we got a medium pass AS here. Got a chance. A-Bear going to throw it down the middle of the field. 64. That's a 10. It'll be complete, but only 7 yards for Eric Martin on this play. So A-Bear to Eric Martin for 7. That's going to be 3rd down and 3 now, down to the 16-yard. This is a long drive. 7:45 to go. We're almost halfway through this quarter. Each team's only had the ball once. Redskins went 4 and out, 5 and out, 6 and out, something like that. But the Saints have been driving here. 3rd and 3. Let's go standard here. And we'll get a 10. 10 is an outside run. All right. Oh, I see big numbers, but 46 is still Dalton Hilliard. 56 is AS. And we're going to go Dalton Hilliard on the outside run. A 26. I cannot roll these numbers. 24. He'll get 2. Make it 4th and 1. I think we're going to kick the field goal this time. I think that's what they would do in real life. So 4th and 1. It'll be a 31-yard field goal. Bring out Morton Anderson. Morton Anderson is very, very dependable. Knock on wood. Kiss of death, I know. So Morton Anderson for the 31-yard field goal. A 33, and I don't even have to look. It's a 3. That'll be good. I'll look anyway. Yeah, that'll be good. And the Saints are going to be the first ones on the board as Morton Anderson drills a 31-yard field goal. I don't know if I said 31 earlier or not. 3-0 Saints. And let's kick off. Oh, according to the Pro Football Helper, it actually hit the left upright but went through. So there you go. All right, so let's kick off now. Bring out Morton Anderson again. 31 this time. 31 in the P column. This is 17. Really? 31 KOAP. Yeah, it's a 17. That's not a number you see very often on kickoffs. A 17. And he bams, Jesus, 72 yards. Let's go 7 yards deep into the end zone. It'll be 09, and we're going to go ahead and just take a knee there. Boom. Who is it? Is it Darrell? Oh, it's A.J. Johnson. I thought it might be Darrell Green, but it's not. All right. So kick return. A.J. Johnson again is going to take a knee. And the Redskins again start now 1st and 10 on their own 20. We'll flip back to my Redskins sheet and keep it going here. They're going to start with an outside run. All right. 55 is going to be Jamie Morris again. So 2 running plays for the Redskins so far, and it's Jamie Morris both times. Maybe Riggs and Biner. Maybe they were bad during practice, and they got benched for the first quarter. You never know. 26 is a BS. So it's going to be Jamie Morris now on the outside run. 22. And Morris is going to get 7 yards turning the corner, getting into the backfield, getting swarmed by those linebackers. I love those Saints linebackers. All 4 of those guys were so good. Jamie Morris gets 7. Was Jamie Morris Joe Morris's little brother? I feel like that's true. Anyway, I'm not sure. 2nd and 3. Standard offense again. 2. We're going to go inside run. $51 this time. It's Ernest Biner. Finally, I get a carry. I'm an Ernest Biner fan because he played for the Browns, obviously, even though he did have the fumble. That's okay. 41 is an AS. So Biner on the inside run against an AS. Oh my, an 11. And Biner's going to explode for 16 more yards. And he actually didn't fumble, so there you go. I'm going to make fun of him every play here. First and 10 at the 43 now for Washington. And 2 big plays there. And it's a 14. That'll be a short pass. Mark Rippon says, I want to get in on the big plays too. Oh, and Cal Raleigh, my catcher in 2 fantasy leagues, just took a foul ball off the leg. I hope he's okay. Where did it hit him? Oh, right on the inside of his left leg. Oh, that looks painful. All right, so we got a short pass. 35. 35 is Ricky Sanders. Ricky Sanders is an A. 54 is an AG, so we'll stay right at AG. And we'll go Rippon to Ricky Sanders. A 14, and we are going to have another penalty. It's a 10-yard completion. It'll be a first down, but we have a TH. So let's check that. 36, 18, and that'll be offside on the defense. They'll decline that, and they'll take the 10-yard completion from Mark Rippon to Ricky Sanders for 10. It's going to be first and 10. Now they're going to cross the 50 and get to the Saints' 47-yard line. And we have a 9. 9 is an outside run. Yeah, so I don't call the plays, but I kind of have some sway over what play is called based on what I put on the dice. So 21, that's going to be Gerald Riggs. Atlanta Falcon for the longest time. 66 on your defense is a BG. So Riggs, the defense is out there looking for a run, and Riggs is going to take the handoff. Okay, so outside run. Okay, so Riggs. One thing that I like to do is check the card of the running back, because if you take like Paul Frazier for the Saints, you can see he has the single-digit numbers at all the good rolls. Well, those are good on inside runs, or maybe outside. Those are good on outside runs. So he's not an inside runner. So if I roll an inside run and then I pick him, the dice pick him, then I will flip it over to the outside run because I don't want to penalize the guy for having the wrong play call. But in this case, Gerald Riggs can run inside or outside. His numbers don't matter. And 66 is a BG, so here we go. 43, small straights are the worst. It's a 32, and we have an RP3. We have a rare play 3, and for those of you who don't know, I don't like to use the book for rare play 3 or rare play 7 because I've gotten those so many times now in like the 100 games I've played in the last year that that I would rather take what I did was I created a custom GPT for ChatGPT, and it's a rare play generator, so it's right here. So all you have to do is just if you want to use it, just go to ChatGPT. I think you might have to be a paying customer to get into the GPT store. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull my keyboard out here, and I'm going to type the situation. So it's first quarter, Saints up 3-0 in my Week 4, 1989 NFL replay using, I'll just say using, even though you don't have to. All you really have to do is put the down the distance, the yard line, and the play call, and it'll do it for you. But I like to give it a little more detail because the responses will have some detail too. Let's see. What down and distance is it? Is it first and 10? Yeah, first and 10. First and 10 for the Redskins on the Saints 47. And I called what did I call? Short outside run. Outside run called to Gerald Riggs. That's all I need. First and 10, 47, play called. Yeah. And now it's going to give us 11. It's going to give us 11 plays from 2 to 11 that we can roll for on the dice. Now, I'm not going to read them because I like to be surprised. When I look here at the laptop screen, I can't read them. I can just see that they're there. So 2, 3, 4, if you want to pause and read them, you can. And then we'll go 5, 6, 7. Wow, these are short. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it looks like. And now we'll go 11 and 12. So there you go. So what I'll do is roll 2 dice. And I'll get a 4. Let's look at 4. Well, pursuing Riggs, D2 collides with the line judge. That is Tracy Rock. No, that is D2. That is Jim Wilkes of the Saints. Collides with the line judge who topples like a bowling pin. Play goes for 5 yards, but the official leaves with a twisted knee. Temporary replacement. Wears sweatpants and sunglasses for the rest of the half. Nice job, ChatGPT. That's actually somewhat funny. All right, so it's going to be a 5-yard run for Gerald Riggs. All that for a 5-yard run. And we'll call it 15-second play for the injury timeout to the official. We'll just make it 15 seconds. All right. 2nd and 5 now for the Redskins. Down to the Saints 42. And we get an 18. 18 is a medium pass. So Rippin's going to air it out a little bit here. And we are down to the 42, so we're good. All right. An 11, so they're going to look for Art Monk, actually. Art Monk is an A. 36. Is Art Monk a Hall of Famer? I don't remember if he went in or not. He's an EB4, A8, A9. So he got a lot of receptions. Gary Clark, you can see, is an A8. Ricky Sanders is an A8. And then Donnie Warren, he drops all the way down to C2, and he was a starter. So those 3 guys, were they the 3 amigos? Or was that Denver's guys? I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody help me with that in the comments. What did the Washington Redskins receiving core have a name? The trio have a name. I feel like they were the 3 amigos, but that could have been Denver's also. I'm not sure. Denver had Mark Jackson, Vance Johnson, and somebody else. I can't think of who it was. All right, here we go. So, yeah, I've already lost my train of thought. So 11 is going to be Art Monk. 36 is a BS, making an AS. And we'll go Rippin to Art Monk. 53, that'll be a 10. And that'll be complete. Monk will catch it on the sideline. He'll toe tap. Get knocked out of bounds after a 9-yard gain. And make it 1st and 10 now on the 33-yard line of the Saints. 5 minutes to go. And we'll go 1st and 10. We'll go standard. And we will get an outside run. Okay, a 31. That's going to be Gerald Riggs. And a 21. That'll be a BS. So Riggs against a BS. 65. 65 is a 24. It usually is. And it's 1 yard. 1 yard gain for Riggs on that play. And make it 2nd and 9. We'll go short pass heavy here. And get a short pass. All right, a 56. 56 is going to be Don Warren, the tight end. He's a C. 33. That's a BD. Make it a CD, and that's a tough defense to pass against, a CD. But Rippin's going to throw it to Don Warren. 15. He'll complete it. And he'll get 6 yards on the completion. Yeah, he'll get 6. So make it 3rd and 3. Third and 3 now. 26-yard line. And we'll go standard here. 14. It'll be another short pass. And they're inside the 30. All right, a 36. 55. So 36 is going to be Ricky Sanders. He's an A. But 55, that is an AD. So we'll stay right at AD. Rippin to Ricky Sanders. 55, and it's going to be complete. And that's going to be a good one. That'll be 14 yards and out of bounds. He'll get down to the 12. So Rippin finds Ricky Sanders for 14. It's out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10, down to the 12 now for the Redskins. And we'll go standard offense again. It's going to be another short pass. 54 and 66, the defense. That's a BD. 54 is Ernest Biner. He's an A on short passes. We'll make it an AD. And we're going to rip into Biner. 62 for Rippin. It's an 18, and that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. So Rippin to Biner. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at 12. We'll go short pass heavy. We'll get a short pass. 35 and 12. 12 is a CG this time. 35 is Ricky Sanders. He's an A, so make it a BG. We're going to go rip into Sanders. 44. That's a 4, and that's going to be 18 yards, and he will catch that ball in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Mark Rippin to Ricky Sanders. Boom. There's your touchdown pass for Rippin. And let's bring out Chip Lowmiller to kick your extra point. 33 for Lowmiller. Don't have to look. 39 is good. And the Redskins take a 7-3 lead. We got 3:15 to go in the first quarter, and the Saints are about to get the ball back for the second time. 61 for Lowmiller. That's a 4. And that is 67-09. It's 2 yards deep. And we'll roll some dice on that one. 67-09 is going to be Rod Harris if we return it. So it's 2 yards deep. So what I do with a play like this is 50-50 that he runs it out or takes a knee. But since it's 2 yards deep, I'll add 2 to the takes a knee. So 1 through 12 will be a touchback. 13 to 20 is going to be he runs it out. And it's a 12, so that's going to be a touchback. All right, 1st and 10 for the Saints. And standard offense. 3, that's an inside run. Oh, man, 66 on the defense. That's a CG. We've seen a bunch of 66s on defense so far for both teams. That's a CG. 42 is Dalton Hilliard. So Hilliard against a CG. 42. 42 is 18, and 18 is going to be a 2-yard gain for Hilliard. And make it 2nd and 8. Go short pass heavy here. Oh, a 20. That's a long pass. They haven't done a long pass yet, so we'll give them one. And then after that, neither team gets a long pass the rest of the half. Unless it's like a Hail Mary at the end of the half. So we're going to go long bomb. Let's see, 49-15. Where's that at? Right here? No, that's not it. It's this way. Right here. There it is. 40. Are we in 49-15? Yeah. All right. So who we throwing to there, Bobby APBA? Who you airing it out to? Let's see. 35 on your defense. 35 is probably an AG, but let's check. Where's that 3 at? I know that was a 3. There it is. 35 is... Oh, it's CS. 42, that's going to be Lonzel Hill. And I believe he's an A, but I think he's their speed guy. I showed him earlier. I think he's their speed guy. So that CS is going to become a BS now. And we're going to we got 1 through 5 are your completions here. So APBA, I mean, he got 11, 66 will do it, 33 will do it, 44 will do it, 22. The only one that won't is 55. So here we go. We need doubles, but not 55 for APBA. Oh, 16. That might be an interception. 19. It's incomplete. Oof. That was close. That was almost intercepted. So APBA to Lonzel Hill. Just overthrew him. Now who's hurt for the Mariners? Jeez. Jorge Polanco? Complete. Is it Jorge Polanco? That sounds about right. All right. 3rd and 8 now on the 22. Let's go short pass heavy. It'll be a short pass. One thing, if I was calling my own plays, I'd never call a long pass because it's almost always incomplete, and I hate the idea of having a wasted play. So I would almost never call. It's why I let the dice do those things. Short pass. 21. 14. 14 will be Eric Martin. He's an A. 21 is a BS, making an AS. So A Bear to Eric Martin. 46. That's awful. 16. That'll be complete. It'll only be 3 yards, and they'll have to bring out their punter. So Martin, for whatever reason, doesn't run to the first down stick. We got 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Bring out Tommy Barnhart to punt. 12. 12 is a 14. And it's a bad kick. 34 yards and a fair catch is called by Joe Johnson. So let's see. Barnhart, 34 and a fair catch. So Joe Johnson, fair catch. And the Redskins take over 1st and 10 now on their own 41. Minute 45 to go. So I'm going to play to the end of the first quarter. But if the Redskins are in the middle of their drive, I'll finish the drive. And we'll start standard. And we'll get a 4. That's an inside run. $25, that'll be Gerald Riggs. 53 is a BS, so Riggs against a BS. 51 for Riggs is a 16, and he'll start this drive off with a 6-yard gain. All right, 2nd and 4. And we'll go standard. And we'll get an outside run this time. A 23 and a 45. 45 is BS. 23 is going to be Gerald Riggs again. So basically the same play. We're going to go outside. 35, that'll be good. 35 is a 17. And Riggs is going to get 7 yards on this one. He'll get a first down. So Riggs for 7. And it's going to be 1st and 10. Now they're going to cross the 50 and get to the Saints 46. And we'll go standard. And it's going to be a 19. 19 is a medium pass. Oops. All right, a 56 and a 55. So defense is ready. 55s will be an AD. And 56 is going to be Don Warren. He's a C, so make it a BD. So Rippin looking for his big tight end. A 45, that's almost always incomplete. 14 is going to be incomplete. So Rippin to Riggs. No, Rippin to Warren. It's incomplete, and I believe it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. 4-6. 30 seconds to go in this quarter. This could be the last play. We'll go short pass heavy. And it's a short pass. All right, a 34. That'll be Biner. And 11. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, 34 is not Biner. 34 is Gary Clark. He's an A. 11 is a BD. Make it an AD. So Rippin to Clark. Right. 34. Yeah. 53. 53 is a 10. That'll be complete for 7 yards. Make that third down a little more manageable at 3rd and 3. That was to Clark for 7. And that is the last play of the quarter. And the Redskins lead 7-3, and they're driving. They're driving here. Make it 3rd and 3, down to the 39 of the Saints. And we'll go standard offense here. And we'll get an outside run. $54. That's going to be Jamie Morris. 25, getting his 3rd carry of the game. 25 is an AG. So Jamie Morris on 3rd and 3. 32 is not good. 26. And he is going to get nothing. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And now they got a bit of an issue here. Because you're at the 39. You really want to punt from the 39. It's a 56-yard field goal. Chip Miller's a pretty good kicker. I don't know if he's 56 good, especially when it's at the 39. I'd rather it was at the 40. But the 39, with APBA, I'd rather it was at the 40. I think we're going to punt. I think they're going to do a little coffin corner action here. Ralph Mosienko. 34, so we're going to have a penalty. 34 is 36. And that is going to be a 22-yard punt taken by D11, but we have a TZ. So let's check the penalty first. 64. And it's holding on the offense, but it's a short punt. 22 yards. It's caught at the 17. Let's see what the return is like. This is going to be Rod Harris. Wait, who was it? 22. No. Wait a minute. Wait. No. Oh, yeah. 22 D11. So it's going to be Geno Atkins on the return. Let's see what he does. 62. That is a 25. And as I said, 25 is usually no gain. So they can get it at the 17, or they can push him back and risk having worse field position. Push him back to the 49. You're still kicking inside the 50. Any kind of a roll of like 2, 4, 6. Well, 6 is a touchback, but 2, 4, and 8 are out of bounds behind the 17. Oh, man. Let us take... You know what? Let's just decline the penalty and take the punt. It's weird. So it's 22 yards. And it's for Mosienko. And then it's going to be D11. And he got nothing on the return. He got tackled right there. But I think we're happy taking this. Ron Harris, 15 yards. And the Saints will start first and 10 on their own 17. That's going to be it for the video. Hopefully, it made a little more sense how I play if you're new. I know I got some new subscribers. And if you're watching for the first time and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Again, endorphins. It feels good, It's a rush. Another subscriber. I'd appreciate it. And I'll be back probably tomorrow to play the second quarter. Maybe a little bit longer in the second quarter. I might go into the third quarter tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to y'all later.